This Bucktown seafood store has crabs, but they weren't easy to find. Merlin Schaefer is putting out feelers to see where crabbers are catching since a large algae bloom appeared in Lake Pontchartrain.
Got traps in the lake, but they just blanks. They just come up with nothing.
Schaefer says crabbers are having to spend more fuel to go further out to places like Lafitte and Breton Sound. And while the algae bloom hurts, the Pontchartrain Conservancy says it's part of a natural process which is caused by nutrient-rich freshwater combined with heat and little wind or saltwater current coming in from the Gulf.
We didn't have a spillway opening this year, which for better or for worse, it didn't happen this year. But nonetheless, it's hot, as we've heard on the weather reports. It's been really hot. It's going to be hot this weekend. That just tends to produce algae with or without a spillway opening.
Every year we see production of shrimp and crabs in the lake since they put up those walls. Every year the production is less and less and less and less.
This is what the algae looked like off Lakeshore Drive in New Orleans, and it's even thicker along the Mandeville lakefront. Crabbers complain that flood control structures put on the Mr. Go after Katrina restrict a large percentage of saltwater tide, which they say helped flush out the lake. This algae covers much of the lake from the North Shore to the South Shore, and while much of it is harmless, the state says it could produce toxins which are harmful. The state health advisory urges residents to avoid contact with the blue-green algae or cyanobacteria.
What we did see from the State Department was kind of a preemptive notice of if by chance you see that neon green cyanobacteria, that's something to look into. We haven't seen that yet.
But crabbers say the pain is real and could stick around.
The algae bloom takes the oxygen, so everything's got to take off. Just like us, you can't breathe, you got to get out.
And if you're hoping crab prices go down, better think again.
Not this summer. No, not unless something changes. Just some of the prices are high.